Quick life update. I got bangs. Hi everyone, and welcome to Books, the JCAM Library's book recommendation show. For those of you who are new to the show, welcome. And for those of you who are back for more, I admire your dedication. I'm Jocelyn Codner, the Reference and Outreach Librarian, and real quick before I jump into today's episode, I do want to let everybody know that the JCAM Library has a new newsletter. The sign-up link is in the description, and if you're interested in learning things like the secrets of the universe, I highly recommend you make use of that link. Our newsletter is the best way to stay up to date on library events, services, tips and tricks, new resources, and again, the secrets of the universe. I'm not joking. Today I'll be highlighting more books from our 2021 summer reading list. The JCAM Library puts this list out every year as a fun way to recommend books to the Chatham community. You can find the whole list at library.chatham.edu/summer-reading. Our first book today is by an alum! Brian Broome is a graduate of Chatham's MFA program. His recently published memoir, Punch Me Up to the Gods, is getting so much well-deserved praise. Words I would use to describe Punch Me Up to the Gods are observational, vulnerable, anxious, and charismatic. Broome's memoir stretches from his difficult childhood growing up poor in Ohio to his life as a young gay black man navigating internalized racism and homophobia while also looking for love and acceptance in Pittsburgh. With this memoir, Broome really dives into exorcising his fears that he struggled with through his entire life, and that's an admirable feat for anyone. The entire work is a reflection on toxic masculinity and homophobia within the black community. Broome cuts his personal essays with an anecdote about a time he was riding a city bus in Pittsburgh, observing a young black father and his toddler son. This device is cleverly used as a metaphor for traveling throughout life, and it also works as relevant transitions between Broome's own personal stories. Punch Me Up to the Gods is a tough one emotionally, but Broome's writing is compulsively readable. I really enjoyed reading this memoir. We stick with Broome as he talks about the abuse that he suffered at the hands of his father and the other kids at school. We sympathize with how hard Broome fought to get away from his hometown, only to run up against painful encounters while trying to attend college. And we recognize the struggles of growth as Broome works to accept himself and come to terms with his past. Broome's voice is a voice that's here to stay. You can check out Punch Me Up to the Gods by Chatham's very own Brian Broome from the JCAM Library today. And speaking of being queer in Pennsylvania, my second pick for today is a nonfiction history of LGBTQ communities and activism in southern central Pennsylvania. This is Out in Central Pennsylvania, A History of an LGBTQ Community by William Burton. This work fills a gap in LGBTQ histories by focusing on the mid-20th to early 21st century in the rural and urban centers of southern central Pennsylvania. This area has a more conservative culture, which results in less legally protected spaces for LGBTQ groups. But in his telling of the history, Burton made sure to celebrate those who stood with incredible bravery to fight for LGBTQ rights in these regions. Burton focuses on community building and activism in southern central Pennsylvania, but he also makes sure to build in context of how the work that was being done in Pennsylvania influenced and was influenced by what was happening in the rest of the country. Out in Central Pennsylvania is so rich in information. It's an academic text, so keep that in mind. Those interested in using this item for research will be happy to hear that Burton includes lots of citations, a selected bibliography, and a robust index. Mwah. It's also helpful to know that Burton's introduction of the book does a wonderful job at summarizing what topics are included in each chapter. So if you're not entirely sure if the book will touch on the specific research topic that you are focusing on, you can just quickly read that introduction to see if it's worth diving in any deeper. Out in Central Pennsylvania is for those who are interested in local and national history, stories of heroism and determination, and LGBTQ topics. You can check it out from the JCAM Library today. And if you're interested in learning more about Chatham's specific history, maybe more about our LGBTQ communities or more about some of our other alums, you can always check out the Chatham University archives. The link to the Chatham University Archives website is in the description below, and from there you can explore a whole host of digitized collections. These collections feature materials specific to Chatham, and they include things like Chatham yearbooks and newspapers, alum scrapbooks, campus architectural drawings, the Rachel Carson collection, and our COVID-19 collection, which you yourself can contribute to today. If you're interested in scheduling a research appointment in the archives, you can find archivist Molly Ty's contact information on their website and email her to schedule. That's all for this episode of Books. Be sure to like and subscribe and check the description for important links. Sign up for our newsletter so you can stay up to date on all the important happenings at the JKM Library and learn those secrets of the universe. You can find the library on Instagram at JKM Library and on Facebook at Chatham's Jenny King Mellon Library. Again, I'm Jocelyn, reminding you that if you have any question at all, you can ask a librarian. Happy reading!